I just wanted to show you all some filter recommendations that I have for an axolotl tank. This is a 20 long axolotl tank, and that's the pretty standard size for an adult axolotl. So my favorite setup for a 20 long axolotl tank is actually a Fluval. I really like these products. I like the Fluval 30 for 20 long tank. It's just a good amount of filtration for that size tank. The reason I really like Fluval filters is because there's an adjustable flow nozzle right here, and you could just turn it this way or turn it that way, and it increases and decreases the flow. This is really helpful for axolotl tanks since axolotls like low flow. This is what it looks like outside of the box. When you first get it, it's just gonna look like this. None of the filtration is gonna already be in there. It's gonna come with an extra box that looks like this, and this has all the media for the filter. Now, when it comes to setting this up, the first thing you need to do is wash your media. It's always best to wash it off. That gets all the excess stuff off of it, and then you're gonna put it into your filter. Now, for a Fluval filter, you get 3 stages of filtration. You're gonna have a sponge, and this is the biological part of the filtration. Your sponge is just gonna absorb the debris and any loose waste in the tank. Then you have your carbon packet. This is the second part of your filtration, and this is your chemical filtration. The carbon is super important because it takes care of any discoloration and it gets rid of impurities in your tank. So it's super important to have some carbon in your tank for chemical filtration. This is what I like about Fluvals. It also comes with this third type of filtration. This is your biological filtration. These are Biomax balls. Basically, all these Biomax balls do is provide a place for beneficial bacteria to grow. It just increases the amount of the waste load that your tank can handle because the good bacteria that will grow in here will feed off of all that stuff. It really just improves your water quality by a whole lot. I really like these for freshwater tanks, and it's really good for axolotl tanks since axolotls are waste machines. Now, I've had this Fluval filter right here for about 2 years. It had been thrown around into storage, all this stuff. It was beat up a lot, and it still lasted 2 years. It just broke on me today. It would probably have lasted a lot longer if I wouldn't have, treated it so roughly. I'm gonna mix some of the media from my old filter into my new one just so I don't start the cycle completely over. First things first, we're gonna wash this media. All right, so when you open the box, the first thing on top is going to be your sponge. We're gonna turn on the water, and then we're gonna open up your media basket. Your media basket is basically this little tray that you're gonna put all your media in. It comes with the Fluval filter. You're just gonna put that first level of filtration down at the very bottom. The thing we have in this box is carbon. Like I said, carbon's really important, so whatever filter you get, make sure it has a carbon packet, and you're gonna get it wet. Listen closely, you can hear the carbon being activated. And put it right here. And then there you go. Lastly, you're gonna have your biological media. All you're gonna do is get your Biomax balls. That's what these little things are right here. You're gonna get filter media bag. You can open it up right on the side. You just kind of gotta twirl with it. I always like to rinse it. You're gonna move all of these into the media bag. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add some of my Biomax balls from my old filter into this just so I can jumpstart the cycle. If you heard that, that was me dropping all of the Biomax balls. Good for me. You just snap this through here like that, and then you get this little clip, and you feed it through. Oops, wrong way. And then you feed it through right here, and then you just push, and then it locks it where you will not have it spill everywhere. Now the next thing is just to put the tubing on, and then you have it ready to go to put in your tank. You're gonna have this, and then this is how you're gonna adjust the flow. It could just turn either way. All you're gonna do is take this part right here, the end of the adjustable nozzle, and you're gonna attach it. Now we have the filter ready to go. All we have to do is put it in. There is a little stability piece that came with it. This goes on the back side of the filter, and it helps it stay stable and upright when it's up against your filter. So this is what it looks like right now without the stability piece, and it moves like this. And then you choose how far you want it to be from your tank. There's a few distance options. It is now upright and stable and flat. So now if you try to shake it, it just moves right up here instead of flops all over the place. And it's gonna make that really weird noise, and that's because there's no water in the filter right now. To get it to shut up and stop making that noise, all you have to do is put some water into the filter. And then it starts thinking. And there we go. Now we have a fully functioning, nice and clean filter. This is what the water flow looks like when it's on max. And then if you bring it down to minimum, that's what it looks like on minimum. So you can really figure out what's best for your axolotl. I normally keep it right in the middle. Right there. Alright, one of the things with an axolotl aquarium, if you live in a place that has generally hard water and you're using tap water, is you're gonna get some hard water buildup on your tank. I'm just gonna show you how to get rid of it. It's really simple. All you do is you get an algae scraper and you scrape. It is literally that simple. I just normally put my filter on max while I do this, just so it can fully suck up all that, you know, excess hard water. The hard water pieces aren't going to endanger your axolotl. They should get sucked up pretty fast into the filter. This is how dirty it looks. So we're just going to go over this part of my aquarium with an algae scraper, and I'm going to show y'all how clean it really can make these tanks. And now we have a very clean glass. We can see through it very easily. I just got to get rid of all this debris now that is flying around everywhere. And like I said, the filter will do that for the most part, but I also sometimes will go and spot clean it with a turkey baster. Now if you're like me and you got really distracted while trying to clean all that stuff up and ended up doing a lot of cleaning, you're just going to do a small water change. So now I'm going to show y'all how to feed an axolotl. When it comes to this part, tongs are going to be your best friend if you don't want to get bit. Now axolotls don't have teeth, they just have kind of like rigid mouths. It kind of just feels like you're getting bit on by a newborn baby. So it does not hurt. It's kind of funny to actually see happen, so it's not bad. So you have a few options when you're feeding your axolotl. The number one absolute best choice for axolotl food is night crawlers. This is the absolute best food you can give your axolotl. It is the staple diet of an axolotl. You could feed your axolotl these things every day and it is not going to bother it. That can be the only thing it eats all of its life and it's gonna love it. Depending on the size of your axolotl, you might have to cut up. You might have to cut up the earthworm because they're big. Mine's big enough to where I don't have to do that. So here's what it looks like when you feed an axolotl, if she's even hungry. Rejected. Okay. What's up, babe? Did you not want to eat or something? I did just feed her a very big meal yesterday, so she might not be hungry. Food? Well, normally when you put a worm in front of an axolotl, it goes nuts and eats it in 2 seconds. That was not the case right now. I guess that's not happening today. Generally, the only thing you have to do is cut it up and put it in front of your axolotl, and then you have a happy axolotl with a full stomach. But like I said, she just ate last night. She ate one about this big, and she has just had enough. So I guess this guy has been rejected. Some other options you have are, if you don't like live food, you can give them things like this. This is by a brand called Hikari, and these are protein-rich floating sticks. Now, the ingredients in here are things like fish meal, krill, and a bunch of other crap and vitamins. It's a long list of ingredients. This is all the ingredients. If Mushu hasn't eaten the whole day and I come to feed her and I offer this to her, she will eat 1 or 2 and then kind of just get sick of it. But other people have more success with things like that. Axolotl or nuke pellets, you can try that too. Other people feed their axolotls bloodworms and brine shrimp, things like that. That's okay, bloodworms are fine, but you're just not going to see much growth with your axolotl typically when you feed them bloodworms. It normally takes a really long time for them to grow. Another thing I feed Mushu as a treat is krill. And all it is some frozen krill. Pop a little piece off, let it dissolve in some water, and then I feed them to Mushu. Now Mushu will eat like 5 or 6 of these, and that is fine. That will be her meal for the night. She will sometimes have these as an alternative meal just because having earthworms every day, sometimes she gets picky and she's like, you know, I've had earthworms for a month straight. Give me some variety. So I give her some krill. Earthworms are probably your best choice. Actually, not probably. They definitely are your best choice. Okay, it's a little later in the evening now, so I'm gonna try feeding one more time just so I can show y'all what a feeding would look like. There we go. And that's how you feed an axolotl. I just wanted to upload this video just for the fun of it. I'm really enjoying filming with my new camera, so I just wanted to do some more things with it. Hopefully tomorrow or the next day I'm gonna do another one of those videos where I sit down and talk to y'all guys. I'm probably gonna do a betta fish video. Well, I'm definitely going to do one. It just might not be my next video, but I think it is. I just wanted to do a quick little one of these videos where I go over how to clean an axolotl tank, how to feed them, all that stuff. Just a little more in depth since my basics video wasn't as in depth as this. Thank you for subscribing. I'm gonna kind of try to keep my content different. You know, some of these videos I want to do handheld, some of them I want to sit down and do them, just to give people different content to look at instead of the same thing every time. So yeah, thank you for watching. See you next time. I'm just gonna wave from this angle. Bye. Bye.